Now, this story right here comes from Russell County, Virginia, and it's been passed down in the elk garden community. Word of mouth, folklore, if you will, but some say it's true. But I'll leave that conclusion up to you. In the late 1800s, there was a house that had a huge reputation for nobody being able to stay in it more than a couple days. People would move in. Sometimes they move out on the first night. But the same thing just kept happening and happening and happening, and people would leave scared out of their minds. Well, one day, this strong-willed, stubborn farmer came in, and he said he was going to buy that house, and he was going to move his whole family into it. So he moved him, his wife, his 4 sons, and his 2 girls in there to start living out their happy days. Now, this farmer wasn't superstitious whatsoever, and he did not believe in the paranormal or supernatural. He thought it was hogwash that these people kept moving in there, moving slap out a couple of days later over some activity. He thought people that believed in that mess were, well, not the brightest crayon in the boxes. Well, the first day went all right. Nighttime came, they decided they were going to have some dinner. They ate, everybody got ready for bed. The farmer and his wife went upstairs with the 2 girls, and the 4 boys stayed downstairs. And that's when things got really weird. The middle of the night, something started screaming and loud, and it got louder and louder, and it wouldn't quit, and the boys couldn't figure out where it was coming from. It scared them so bad that they all ran up them steps and got into bed with their parents. And none of them would tell their parents what was going on. They were too scared to, because they knew how their daddy thought, and they weren't going to tell their daddy about what they were hearing downstairs. Well, the farmer heard some weird noises the second night. And, well, he started looking around to see what the noise was. It was screaming like a baby cried. It didn't sound like it was coming from outside. So he walked around, didn't see nothing. Then he saw something black moving out by the porch, then out by the tree, and he ran after it. And when he ran up on it, he found himself on the wrong side of a skunk. Well, his wife told him he was sleeping downstairs that night. He wasn't coming to bed smelling like that. So middle of the night, screaming just got worse and worse. And he couldn't figure out where it was coming from again, so he thought it was coming from the wall that an animal got in there, so he knocked a hole in the wall. Nothing was in that wall. He walked around, and the more he listened, it was coming from the chimney. And he looked up in that chimney and found that the stovepipe was boarded up with bricks. And that wasn't normal. So he got his wife in there to help him get the bricks out of that stovepipe, because that's where that screaming was coming from. That baby screaming. And whenever they moved those bricks out of the way, they found a small box. And inside that box was exactly what you're thinking it was. It was just remnants of bones of a baby. So they took those bones in that box outside and they buried it in the garden. And ever since then, no one ever heard a peep out of that baby. Like I said, this is a folk story that's been passed down in the elk garden region of Russell County. So if you like this story, y'all know what to do. And y'all don't forget to follow me for more paranormal stories. And tell me one of your own sometime.